Good evening, everybody. How are you all doing? And welcome to another watch along. We are a week late from when we were due to be watching an Ipswich Town game, but we've finally made it. We are here. We are live once again for the entire watch along of tonight's match. Is Ipswich versus Accrington Stanley. I hope you are all doing amazingly well. Adam will be here in a few moments' time. He's just putting his kid to bed. Unfortunately, those things do take priority from time to time anyway. But there's a lot to unpack from what has been probably one of the craziest of all weeks for Ipswich Town. It's just gone absolutely berserk. And obviously, for somebody who doesn't really care too much about Ipswich Town. It's been a crazy week just looking at it from the outside. Adam has had plenty to say in private, and tonight we will be getting his thoughts and opinions. But more importantly, we want to hear from you guys. I have put the link for StreamYard in the chat. If you want to come on tonight's show and let us know your thoughts and opinions on what is going on at Ipswich Town, if you want to talk about the ownership, how long has Marcus Evans got? What do you make of the potential bids that are in for the club? If you've got a thought and opinion on it, get on tonight's show. If you want to talk about Lambert leaving, if you want to talk about Paul Cook coming in, even if you want to talk about Gary Roberts coming back on the coaching staff, whatever you want to talk about tonight, the floor is open for you. We will get anyone that wants to come on the show tonight. It doesn't matter who you are. We won't just be picking the same people like other places. But anyway, it doesn't matter. As I said, if you've got something to say, if you want to come on tonight's show, you are more than welcome. Matthew, where is Adam? Hi, James. Adam, as I said, he's just putting his kid to bed. Hopefully he won't be too long. It might be just myself watching the first 5 or 10 minutes of the game on my own. But I'm not entirely sure. I'm just waiting for Adam basically to give me the green light that he can come on the show. But for those of you who are Ipswich fans, as I said, let us know in the comment section your thoughts and opinions. As I said, if you want to come on the show, the floor is open. The floor is well and truly open. In terms of the team lineup for tonight's game, then Ipswich have gone with an unchanged side. No changes for Ipswich lineup tonight. It is Holy in goal. There's a back four of Chambers, Enciala, Wilson, and Kenlock. It is Bishop and Dazelle in kind of like the holding role, so to speak. And you've got Bennett, Parrott, and Judge playing behind Norwood. From the bench side of things, which is interesting, there is no sign of Nolan or Jackson. So despite the fact that Lambert is out the door, the two people that were banished to the under-23s under Lambert's regime are not on the bench for tonight. That could just be for tonight, obviously, because Matt Gill's taking charge. He knows the side a lot better than what somebody like Paul Cook would. I would imagine they'll probably be back in the starting 11 or at least the squad for the weekend. But an unchanged side for Ipswich. From an Accrington perspective, it is looking like they're playing a 4-5-2. They've got Baxter in goal. It looks like it's a back three of Barkley, Hughes, and Burgess. A midfield four of Pritchard, Connolly, Butcher, and Nottingham. Smith playing just behind Charles and Bishop. Now, Paul Smith is somebody I want to keep an eye on because I remember watching him a few years ago, and he was a talent then. I remember him bursting onto the scene thinking, why are QPR not playing this guy? Why are you not playing him? And he's been bouncing around and he's been going from loan to loan to loan. I'm really looking forward to seeing what Paul Smith is capable of. And if he's playing just behind the front two, he's kind of got that free role and hopefully he can maneuver himself around the pitch and make some, and cause some havoc. But tonight is a 7th versus 8th clash. It's a big game tonight. From an Ipswich perspective, they're kind of looking at their running thinking, if they can get past this game, there's a lot of teams, they're playing a lot of teams in the lower half of the table. So they'll be thinking that tonight is a good opportunity to really stamp what they're about. As I said, now that Lambert isn't there, the shackles are off, so to speak. There's no pressure from those guys. Obviously, there's the pressure of wanting to perform for Paul Cook. and things moving forward. And I know a lot of their contracts are up during the summer, so it'll be interesting. They're all playing for their futures, really. But Lambert, in all fairness to him, with the 2 wins before he left, has probably set them up in a really good position, because if you look at the current league table, you take those 2 wins away and Ipswich would be 15th in the table and massively behind the curve. But 2 wins from his final 2 games, do you know what? He's set them up for a fairly good push now, and there's absolutely no reason why they can't go on and get into the playoffs, because obviously with Doncaster get rid of, Darren Moore left Doncaster fairly recently. You know, with Darren Moore leaving, that creates a bit of uncertainty for Doncaster, and Accrington haven't got exactly the pedigree in this league to continue it throughout the whole season. So really, you would have to look at the current league table, and it's probably between Ipswich and Charlton. Now, Charlton are very inconsistent like Ipswich. So it's probably, you know, a toss of a coin to see which one of those 2 might get the last playoff spot. But we'll see. Obviously, Paul Cook is a good manager. And obviously, from my perspective, I'm a little annoyed that Paul Cook's gone in there, because he's such a good manager. I don't want to see Ipswich doing particularly well as a Norwich fan. So I don't know. We shall see. Sean, shame you're not doing this tomorrow. I would love to see your reaction when Tony bags 3. That's exactly why I didn't do it, Sean. That's exactly why we're not going live with that game tomorrow night. But good to see you in the building, mate. Shem, evening, mate. Hope you're doing all right. Evening, legends. As a neutral, couldn't find this on Comedy Central. Paul Cook travelled with the team today, so expect players to up their game. That's interesting. I would have thought he would have been with the squad. To be honest, I would have thought he'd want to see what he's getting himself in for. It's an unchanged lineup, as I said, for tonight's game, and he's going to be casting his eye over every single one of his and kind of seeing who's going to step up to the plate. But you would expect that he's done his homework and knows a bit about what he's got in store, because you don't just take on a job on a whim just because it's a club like Ipswich, etc. Lambert to Cole-U. I doubt they would take him back. Although, who knows? We're watching the Colchester game next week, actually. So yeah, we'll see what they're like, but I don't think they would take him back. Brian, guys, I know he's not scoring, but do you guys rate Troy Parrott as a player so far? I've only watched him from afar. I haven't actually sat down and watched an Ipswich game in its entirety. So tonight, if he's playing in that kind of central role just off Norwood, I want to see what he's capable of, because he's obviously coming in to try and gain experience and score goals, and he's not playing up front as a central player. So I don't know. I will reserve judgment until I see him tonight. I think that's my honest opinion. There he is. I'll be online soon. Get in there. Also, Robertson as assistant and was with Accrington up until yesterday. Didn't know that. Did not know that. Right, guys, I just need to sort out my link for tonight's game. So bear with me. I'm just on my phone, just getting everything set up. It won't be 2 moments. Now, this is where I hope that everything is okay. Where's Keno? He will be on in a few moments. He's just putting his son to bed. Right, here we go. Come on. Yeah, it's a good point. Roberts will know how Accrington play. Come on. The problem is, mate, it doesn't appear to be on there, so we'll need to have a look at this. This is great. This is a good start, isn't it? Right, I follow this. Have a look. Dean, come on the town. Yeah, maybe. Never would have happened if it was a Norwich game. I know. I do apologise. It's this is where I need Adam. Adam, it's not there, mate. It's not there. The games are not there. Honestly, I'm not even joking. The games are not there, mate. This is not good. EPL. Come on. I follow. How do you do that, mate? You've got to come on, mate, and just explain it to me. It's going to be a lot easier rather than just keep typing in the chat. A load of you are pouring in. Shem, Brentford bottle big games. Expect the Budgies to win. I don't know about that. Upper Town says Stuart on there. They are. I know they are, but why is my thing not refreshing? That's what I want to know, mate. Right, let's exit and start again. Let's try and start again, shall we? Oh, dearie me. Right. Oh. Yes, Adam.
Close the app off completely, shut it down, reload it, and then in the top right-hand corner, when you're on your home page in the app, in the very top right corner, there's a button. Just press it. You just need to literally refresh the feed. It drops all the new games in.
Well, there's nothing on there, I'm afraid, mate. It's not wanting to play ball.
What do you mean there's nothing on there?
Oh, hang on. Now updating. Bear with me. Yeah, bear with me, guys. Bear with me, guys.
You need to press that button to update the feed.
Town already 2-0 up, says Daniel on there. Oh, brilliant. Right. Here we go. Live TV. I follow. Here we go. Oh, dearie me. What a terrible.
I think you could have done with doing a test of this before tonight.
Yeah, well, that would have been a good shout, wouldn't it, mate? That would have been a good shout. There we go. Got it. We are live, guys. We are live. Dearie me. Right. You can hang up now, Adam. Oh, shocking, guys. Absolutely shocking. Nick, I hope to God you are joking, mate. I hope to God you are joking, because if I've missed out on something, that would be bloody terrible. But anyway, I've now got the feed. Thank God. All right, so Ipswich are on the left-hand side here. The pitch is looking a bit dodgy, I have to admit. I'm not going to listen to the commentary. But yeah, as I said, guys, I'm just going to go onto the YouTube feed and I'm going to pin. I'm not going to listen to the commentary. But yeah, I'm just going to pin the StreamYard. If you guys want to come on, and have your say, click on the StreamYard link and come on the show. Doesn't matter what opinions you want to have on the team. If you want to talk about the ownership, if you want to talk about the managerial change, if you want to talk about the game itself, if we want to come on and have a conversation with myself and Adam, absolutely feel free to come on. The link is there. Feel free to click on it. It doesn't matter what your thoughts or opinions are. I'm happy to listen and hear whatever you have got to say. Chambers can't control the ball. There we go. Standard. Doesn't matter who's in charge, but Luke Chambers is a terrible, terrible player. So at the moment, my timestamp is 2 minutes and 7 seconds. So just so everyone knows, so obviously when we're live streaming, we're about 20 seconds behind you guys anyway. So yeah, let's have a look. We have Chelsea, Salford City, and Town found here in Shem. Wow, there you go. Didn't know that. Sean might bottle it, but still consistent every year. Brilliant. 1-0 down already. Are they really? Am I miles behind? I don't know if you guys are joking or not. I really don't know. So Accrington are in the middle of the park now. playing the ball out to the right-hand side. Ipswich in no rush to close the ball down whatsoever. Comes back inside, and there's Norwood. I think that's Norwood intercepting the ball. And the ball goes out of play. So I'm 3 minutes and 3 seconds there where the ball has just gone out of play. You're not surely. Oh, my days. I think I am behind, you know. I think I'm miles behind because mine's on 3 minutes. And it's obviously 6 minutes past, so I must be miles behind. I might need to try and get another link. When Adam comes on, I'll try and sort that out because, as I said, I think I'm about a minute and a half behind everybody else. So throw in on the right-hand side. Ball just kind of looped up into the air. Not really dealt with, and it's up to the right-hand side. Puts the ball in. And there it is. There's the goal. And Accrington are 1-0 up. It doesn't matter who's in charge. It doesn't matter what is happening. Ipswich's defending is absolutely shambolic. It's absolutely shambolic. That is Sunday League, like Division 5 defending. The ball just literally comes in across here. The goalkeeper just doesn't deal with it. And that's Chambers at the back post. It's absolutely shocking. Adam, give me the thumbs up when you are ready, my man, and I will bring you onto the screen. But Ipswich are 1-0 down. That's crazy talk. That's crazy. Adam's choking. Adam's choking. Can I bring you on? Can I bring you on, mate? No, not yet. I've not been given the green light yet. Oh, dear me. Get out. Cook out, says Shem. Brilliant. Like I said, there was just no closing down. There was no urgency from the Ipswich players. The ball came into the box. The goalkeeper doesn't handle it well. And then Luke Chambers just doesn't put really any effort into even get the clearance out. And they find themselves 1-0. They find themselves 1-0 down. It's really, really bad defending. As I said, nobody's closing the bloke on the edge of the area. He's got all the time in the world to put the ball across the box. He does, and then lo and behold, what happens? They're 1-0 down. It's really, really not good. Long throw into the area now. Ipswich headed clear, and then they've just absolutely hoofed it clear. But good defending there, to be fair to him. Norwood. He's Paul Cook, not Paul Daniels. It's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of work. And like I said, there's just no urgency. Like, you would have thought, considering obviously they've got a new manager in, they're wanting to impress. Half of the squad are out of contract in the summer. You would have thought the opening 6 minutes of this game would have been press. Real high energy, real high tempo. But they're just not. Accrington have got all the time in the world every single time they get on the ball. There's absolutely no pressure on them whatsoever. It's not good. It's really not good. Again, Adam, give me the thumbs up when you're ready, mate. He's dipped in and out a couple of times, you see. I think he's embarrassed. He just doesn't want to come on and talk about Ipswich. That's the problem. That's the long and short of it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with Adam. He's got all of his, everything's all set up. He just doesn't want to come on. He just doesn't want to talk about him. So a free kick on the halfway line here. Long ball into the box. It's headed up. Ipswich appear to deal with it. Not entirely convincingly, but Parrott just hoofs the ball clear. And again, Norwood's nowhere to be found. And the ball's just right back in. Accrington players are appealing for a penalty, or for a shove, rather. So it might be careless whisper where Accrington play at the Wham stage. Brilliant, Shem. Absolutely brilliant. Holy's just distributed the ball and it's just gone well for a throw in, and now Accrington are now progressing with a series of throw-ins here. Long throw-in down the line. And Ipswich just hoof the ball clear, but it's not entirely convincing. Headed back in. It's just a lot of header tennis back and forth between Ipswich and Accrington. Yeah, I can't figure out what Ipswich are trying to play here. You know, they're 8 minutes into this game on my feed anyway. They're 8 minutes into this game. I said there's no real urgency at all. There's no tempo. There's no style of play. Like, some of them are wanting to pass it out from the back. Holy just goes long with an aimless goal kick up to Norwood, who's like one of the smallest players on the pitch. It just seems a bit disjointed. You know, you guys, you as Ipswich fans, you've got to hope that Paul Cook can come in and do something dramatically quickly at the moment. Because as I said, at the moment, it's not good. It's really not good. Bear with me. Just going to change the score on there. New download. Right. What time are you guys at the moment? Put your timestamps down in the comment section. I want to know how far I am behind at the moment. But yeah, so Accrington just passing around really nicely. Again, no pressure. Although Ipswich do now win the ball back on the right-hand side. They're still in their own area, and there's a Barnton on the right-hand side. Goes out for a throw into Ipswich. So yeah, not a great start for Ipswich and for Matt Gill. Let's be honest. Do Ipswich fans, do you want Matt Gill to stick around? There's a question for you right from the get-go. Do you want Matt Gill to stick around as part of his coaching regime, or do you want a complete clear out? Let me know down in the comment section. Now Town 1 down. Adam, gonna let you carry on your own. Says Dan Barnard on there. You ready?
Hello.
There he is. There's the big man. How are you?
Yeah, fine. Obviously, I had this up on 2 computers trying to make this work. The connection on my Mac is really laggy.
Right.
So
you're
5 minutes of the game so far, so looks great. Pitch looks class. All sorts going on.
Check out Ched Evans' goal for Preston North End tonight. Is it a good one? Is it a good one? I don't know. I haven't really checked, if I'm being truthful. What's the score, Maverick? It's 1-0 to Accrington at the moment. We are 11 minutes and 14 seconds into my game, but I am about a minute behind everyone, so I'm going to try another link that I've got.
It's no different. They're the same. They're synced.
Are they really?
The other link. Yeah, stay where you are.
Right. Okay.
You'll need the other link later if this one lags out.
Okay, fair enough then. The man knows. Robbie D's in the building. Good evening, mate. Hope you're all right.
Had enough.
Had enough. Cook's got to go. Absolutely brilliant, mate. Absolutely brilliant. If you want to come on and give your thoughts and opinions, mate, the link is the pinned tweet on YouTube. Click it. Feel free to come on, spout whatever opinion you want to give, mate. Adam, I'll ask you. Paul Cook's obviously been announced today. What's your thoughts and reactions to it? It seemed like the pretty unanimous choice. I mean, obviously you guys, the bookies kind of suspended betting pretty quickly, didn't they? On the announcement of Paul Cook. But what do you make of it? Because for me, as I said before I went live, I think it's an absolutely brilliant appointment. You guys have absolutely stole him. He should be at the championship level without any doubt whatsoever.
I think he's going to need a bit of backing though. Like, I don't think it's going to be really hard to expect him just to work wonders based straight away. He's still working with the same core ingredients that Lambert had. It'll be interesting to see how his methodology actually. There's so many accidental cooking puns I've just realised. It's going to be interesting to see how that gets a different result, a better recipe for success. Some people would like to say. At the end of the day, I couldn't have got any more disillusioned with Ipswich than I was. So anyone would have been better than what we had.
Yeah.
I thought it would have been the Cowleys. I'm not going to lie.
Right.
That's genuinely what I thought it was going for.
But are you happy with Cook though?
You can't not be happy with it. Like him or the Cowleys. I think people would have been happy with. I think the only aversion people have to it is there's another manager of the first name Paul, isn't it?
And a former Norwich player as well.
Yeah, so I know. It's not as bad.
Going on here. There's a bit of a theme going on here, mate. Not going to lie.
The link isn't as strong as the Lambert one is. But
no.
Big question that I've got is like, what level will Lambert find himself at if he manages ever again now?
He'll go to Scottish football.
His stock is low, I should imagine.
Yeah, he'll go back up to Scotland, I would have thought. Rob's put on here, Wigan were the form team in the Championship under him. They finished mid-table. They smashed Hull 8-0 or so. Could have easily been a Championship manager, surely. Yeah, I agree with that, to be honest.
But we all know that Evans pays quite generously for his managers. He has done for forever.
But that's because he expects them to do that job and everything else in between. That's the problem.
Because he doesn't really know what he's doing.
Exactly.
But if the takeover happens and it is at the advanced stages that we believe it to be, I believe it to have been legally progressed now for some weeks, weeks before it actually got announced. I sort of found bits out about it a couple of weeks before it went public, and it had been at the solicitors at that point. So if it all gets finalised and ratified and goes ahead, those new owners would have had a say in it, surely.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, I'm not sure what's going on the game here. I think by what you guys are saying on here, it's a penalty to Ipswich. Penalty and a red card for Accrington, according to you guys.
We'll find out. The thing is, the chat can tell us and then we can review it. We're like the action replay police.
Bucky Thistle is still after a manager, says Shem on there. So I reckon this could be it then. Long ball from a free kick into the area, climbing over him. Yeah, that's a red card. None of the teammates are reacting around him. None of his teammates, blatant, yeah. It's a red card without a doubt.
Just sliced his legs out, hadn't he?
Yeah. The fact is, one of his teammates
He's still protesting though on the pitch.
One of his teammates reacted quite angrily to it. All the others just went, "Oh, for God's sake!" So when your own teammates react like that, it's pretty damn obvious that is a penalty and a red card.
Does anyone know much about the player that's been sent off? He had the armband, so I assume I don't have any knowledge about Accrington at all.
Number 28 is Connolly. Apparently, he's a centre midfielder for them.
Oh, that could be interesting as the game goes on.
Yeah, 100%, mate. 100%. But 16 minutes into a game where Ipswich hadn't turned up, they weren't playing that great. They weren't passing the ball around nicely. Accrington well in control of the game and absolutely no issues. But it looks like it's going to be, I think it's Norwood stepping up to take the penalty. Referee finally blows his whistle.
Unbelievable.
And it's saved!
Unbelievable.
Yes! Get in there. That is a shocking penalty.
That saves Norwood right for having that ridiculous haircut.
That's a poor penalty. It's not even in the bottom corner. It's an easy height for the goalkeeper. That is absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking. But it is going to be interesting now because Accrington were playing with a 3-4-1-2 and they were playing with Smith, who's like a little bit of a kind of like a Wes Hoolahan picks up the pockets kind of player. And they've now lost somebody in centre midfield. So how are they going to adapt their formation to this now? Obviously, the 10 men, they're down to 10 men now. Are they going to adapt the way that they play? Are they going to drop somebody into midfield to kind of cover for him? How are they going to cope with this? It's a big call. Really, really big call. But Ipswich penalty missed. Rob, shocking penalty. Get in the Accrington goalie, says Matthew on here. Shem, Norwood out.
That was a bad penalty. That really was.
Yeah,
you talk
terrible.
about finding a corner off the spot, like as your basics, don't you?
Yeah, that was shocking.
It's weak as well. Cool. That's a heavy old tackle as well. He's talked himself into the book here, I think.
You reckon?
It looks that way, doesn't it? I haven't got sound on because I don't want it to pick up in the microphone.
Yeah, no, I've turned my sound right down as well. But yeah, Ipswich have got a free kick about 7 or 8 yards outside the area on the left-hand side. It's very close to the corner flag. Looks like it's going to be Judge who's going to put the ball into the box. Damn, Barnard. Norwood missed because Lambert left.
Do you reckon Norwood was Lambert's only ally in all of this? Because I think it would have been far from that.
So,
what's the point in a one-man wall there?
It's interesting. Obviously, there's a bloke on the edge of the area.
That was bad.
Judge, you can't. You need to beat your first man, and then he just gives away the foul. Surely that's a foul. Yeah, there it is. And Accrington can regroup. That is shocking. You got to get the ball past the first man. It's basic shit. It really is basic shit. It's absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. But yeah, again, invitation for tonight, guys. If you want to come on the show, feel free. The link is the pinned tweet on YouTube. If you want to come on the show, have your thoughts and opinions, click the link, enable your cameras and whatnot, and come on the show and discuss the game with us. We'd love to hear your thoughts on what's going on with Ipswich at the moment, managerial changes, whether or not it's the ownership changes. What are your thoughts and opinions on everything? If you want to get involved, as I said, feel free to come on the show and we'll digest it all for you. Adam, Takeover Talks. Talk to me about that. It appears the club are coming out and saying one thing, that the Lambert dismissal was not because of the takeovers, it's because of a difference of opinion. Evans has come out and made the statement about Paul Cook today and said that he's appointed him because he feels he's the right person in charge. All of the noise is coming from Evans at the moment. Do you think it's connected with the takeover in any way, shape or form?
Well, they would have had their manager lined up anyway, regardless. And at the end of the day, Evans is keeping a stake in the club, be it 5% or something a little bit greater. Yeah. Now, the big thing to remember with this whole takeover is that if Evans has been made to pay to mutually terminate a contract, that takeover is going to go backwards a bit, I should imagine, because I reckon the finances are going to then be recalculated.
Yeah, possibly.
Because Evans has lost money from his pocket there in terms of what he valued the deal at. Now, for him, the deal, if the new bosses wanted Paul Cook, and they would have spoken about it, the deal will get mutually adjusted and
all into the box for Accrington. All ping ball, all air shot. Ipswich clear their lines. Oh, shot!
I think they'll go back a few steps before the takeover actually goes ahead. I am pretty confident it will happen from the information I've had for so long. And it's only gathering pace, and all of the bits I knew have been confirmed.
Yeah. You've been sat on this for quite some time, haven't you?
Yeah. Like 3 weeks or so.
Obviously,
long before the first big WhatsApp message and that got put on Twitter. But I felt a
Yeah.
bit unsure about how to let it go because,
Yeah.
I mean, one of the things that people have started talking about is like the NDAs that surround it all.
Right.
And I heard today someone say, "Oh, Lee O'Neill wouldn't have been made to sign a non-disclosure act. He'd have nothing to do with it." He's one of the most like senior people at the club. He will be signing an NDA. He's exactly the person that knows what's going on. He's exactly the person that won't be allowed to say anything publicly. So he's had a hard time, but he really is only saying what he genuinely can. I think, like, for the fans, a takeover is needed just to refresh things. But by the same measure, from again things that I know and stuff, don't be expecting gross amounts of money to be getting poured into the club as a result.
Yeah. This is the thing. Obviously, I don't know how much of the stuff that we can reveal, or whether or not it's actually common knowledge at the moment. But there's the whole thing about the training ground, isn't there? That is going to play a big part as well in terms of the academy status of the club.
I leaked that onto TWTD.
Oh, fair enough.
on the Saturday, when the basic stuff about it came out, I thought, well, some of it's on there. I'll put it on in the forum, and no one believed what I said. But like, in terms of Marcus Evans taking half the training ground with him and not including that in the sale, I'm surprised the fans haven't kicked off. There's been all of this talk about going Category 1 and using Ipswich's sort of legendary status at the ability of developing youth and stuff.
Yeah,
that's a big deal for me, losing half the training facilities.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's not good, is it? Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, the ownership want to talk about, obviously, the Americans coming in. If it is the Americans that do come in and buy the club, that they want to develop their own players. They believe in stats. They believe in, algorithms to determine players of value and buying low, selling high, and all that kind of stuff like that. If you want a good academy status, the previous owner is keeping half of the land and is going to use it for his own benefit. Nothing to do with the football club. That, for me, that's alarm bells ringing. Do you know what I mean?
You've got to remember as well, this is nothing but a sale for the purpose of profit for the next owner. The owner is buying it at the purpose of profit. This is like the business model. Everything that we understand is to break even within 5 years and to get the club at profit.
Yeah.
Like, it's all right. Like, I've heard little snippets of people say, "Oh, when billions will be pumped into the club," which just made me laugh. And then they sort of correct it down to millions and all the rest of it. None of that is going to happen.
No, it's not. It's really not, I'm afraid. This is the thing. If Ipswich fans want an owner that's going to come in and put loads of money into the club and propel them up the leagues and all this kind of stuff like that, it's not going to happen under these American ownerships.
No,
it's not going to happen. If you want someone who's going to be transparent and honest and open with you and actually communicate what's going on at the football club, then these are the right guys to bring in. But sad, if you want money pumped in, these American guys are not the ones. Ball into the box. Oh, good save by the goalkeeper. Absolutely superb save by the Accrington keeper there. Turned around quite nice in the area. So ball comes in here. Great first touch. He must be offside, surely. And Norwood's shot is well saved. Well saved. But it's gone behind for a corner, so he can't have been offside. Can't have been offside. Corner put in towards the back post, and Accrington clear the ball away. And Ipswich are quite happy to pass it back to the defenders there and move the ball around. Ball comes back into the box, is headed back into the goal. Goalkeeper's out. Got lucky there. He did win the ball, and he's taken a bit of a hit for it as well. He came out 50-50, went for it. Fair play to him. Punched the ball clear. But as a result, is now down on the floor injured. Robert's put in the comment section, the situation just throws him under the bus, basically his guy, for any accusations of BS. Yes, I know. Yeah, I know who you're talking about with Lee O'Neill. It's harsh. Harsh on the man. He's obviously not been kept informed. He's obviously been told this is what you have to go out and say. This is what you have to go out and portray to everybody. When everyone knows that's not the reality. On there, Peter Bailey. I'm thinking of putting money on Ipswich. How are they playing? Well, to summarise, because we've got a man down at the moment, the Accrington goalkeeper's on the floor. The first 10 minutes of this game, first 10, 15 minutes of this game, Ipswich were not in it at all. They were loose on the ball. There was no press. There was no energy. There was no urgency. Accrington were quite comfortable on the ball. They get themselves their goal because Ipswich just don't close down the play. They allow the ball to come across the box. The goalkeeper doesn't deal with it. Nobody reacts well to it, except from the Accrington player. Up until the red card, Peter, I would have said no, absolutely not. Do not put your money on Accrington whatsoever, because Ipswich have not been playing well. However, when it is 11 against 10 men for what red card was in the 15th minute, so 75 minutes. I don't know. There's a chance that they could do something there. There is a chance that they could do something. So maybe I'd wait till half time. Wait till half time because you get better odds anyway at half time. So just maybe hang fire for a few minutes. But so far, Ipswich have had one good opportunity other than the penalty miss, where the goalkeepers tipped it around the post and made an absolutely superb save. But other than that, they've not really been in it. But then again, Accrington, since the red card, haven't really forced a massive amount either. So if I was you, Peter, I would wait till halftime, see how the next 5 or 10 minutes kind of play out, and we'll see. We'll kind of take it from there. If I was you. But yeah, again, link is available if you guys want to come on the show and give your thoughts and opinions tonight on anything to do with the game, or whether or not you want to give your thoughts on the ownership, the managerial stuff, whatever the case may be. Feel free to come on. Just click the link, put your details in, and we'll bring you on the show, and you can give your thoughts on everything. But from my link, what I'm watching, the goalkeeper is still down, injured on the floor, and whilst he is doing that, I will just have a few minutes of a little bit of self promotion. If you enjoy what we do here on the on the DJM YouTube channel, you can click the super chat and put some money towards the show. That would be absolutely massively appreciated. Or if you want to put something towards the show on a regular basis, we do live shows where we talk about non-league football mainly, but we will be doing more watch-alongs like this one in the future. Then feel free to click on the Patreon link and consider putting something towards the channel. It would really mean a lot. So yeah, if you want to put something towards the channel, click the super chat or the Patreon link. Peter, I'm a Gills fan. Accrington played good football. Do you know what? For the first 15 minutes, they looked incredibly comfortable. They looked really comfortable. But that red card, it was a red card. It was an absolutely blatant red card. I don't know why the hell he did it. But that red card has now changed the dynamic of this game. And I think throughout the second half in particular, you're going to see Ipswich starting to maybe get on the ball a bit more, maybe start threatening a little bit more. But so far, Accrington are doing all right. But we've got play back underway. The goalkeeper's put a long goal kick up. And Ipswich have now got it amongst the back four. They seem quite happy to pass it amongst themselves. It's quite fiery, this game in the middle of the pitch. Really is quite fiery. Ball on the left-hand side for Ipswich. Looks like Judge is trying to switch the play now. But the ball's too high up in the air, and Accrington are easily able to compose themselves, head it away, and the ball goes out of play for a throw-in. It's thrown back to Nsiala in the Ipswich half. And they're comfortable just passing around the back for the time being. Accrington are no way near them. Every one of Accrington players, all 10 men rather, are behind the ball, quite happy to just sit in and defend deep and then try and counter-attack, I suppose, if they can. Ipswich are quite happy just to sit there and slowly build up play, really. But ball out on the right side. Oh, it looks like he's jinked a shot, gets towards the edge of the area. Can they put something into the box? Looping ball up in the air. Norwood heads it back across, and the goalkeeper easily comes and claims for it and dives to the floor. It's the 32nd minute, man, and we're wasting time already. That's the kind of shithousery you love to see. You love to see. I'll tell you what, I'm actually going to log in to my Coral account and just check on the Norwich game. I've completely forgot that Norwich are playing. How bad is that? It's a massive game as well tonight. How the hell have I forgot that Norwich are playing? That's not the wrong password. Town fans, where do Town need to strengthen next season, says Shem. That's a very interesting question. Very interesting question. From an outsider looking in, I would have to say, oh no, Norwich are playing tomorrow, aren't they? Norwich are not playing tonight, you dippy. Are they? I don't even know anymore. I'm losing the bloody plot. Let's have a look. Championship. Yeah, Norwich are not playing. Ignore me. I can just concentrate on this game. Don't need to. I don't need to worry. Norwich, God, that's shocking. Norwich go tomorrow. I know. It just shows how much I pay attention to Norwich and Ipswich at the moment, doesn't it? Really does. But anyway, yeah, Shem raises a great question, and I will ask Adam when he comes back in a few moments who he thinks. But Ipswich have now got a really good opportunity here. They're on the right-hand side of the area, 5 yards away. Yeah, it's a blatant foul. So a good opportunity to bring the ball, get the ball into the box. However, the Accrington goalkeeper is down again, and it looks like he's going to have to come off. He's signaling for a change. Not good news for him, and not great news for Accrington Stanley either. Do they have a goalkeeper on the bench? It's the big question. Not entirely sure. Yeah, massive game between Norwich and Brentford. It 100% is. It really is an absolutely huge game tomorrow night. I think the kickoffs are like 6 o'clock or something silly, isn't it? If I remember correctly. Let me just try and have a look. Football, championship, March fixtures. Yeah, 5:30. I knew it was early. I knew it was really early. What team do you support? I'm a Norwich fan, believe it or not. And you might be thinking, why the hell is a Norwich fan watching the Ipswich game? Well, Adam's an Ipswich fan. I'm a Norwich fan. We sat here and watched the Norwich game 2 weeks ago, rather. We're now watching this game, and we're going to go between all of our East Anglian clubs because mainly on this channel we covered non-league football. Peter, we covered non-league football for the entire of Suffolk, which is the main focus of the channel. But obviously, with no football on, we made a decision that we're going to be doing some watch-alongs from time to time of Ipswich games, of Norwich games. We've got Colchester booked in next Tuesday as well. We're going to be doing a Cambridge game from time to time. We just want to watch more of our local-ish teams on there.
On air.
Are you all right there, Adam?
Yeah, the shopping came, so I had to come put that away.
Oh, yeah.
So I've seen a red so far. Like, I haven't watched much, but I've seen a red card and a goalkeeper come off. What on earth is going on?
So the goalkeeper came out for a 50-50 with an Ipswich player. He managed to get the ball clear, but hurt himself in the process. He went down. Physio came on. He's continued for about 2 or 3 minutes. And then when Ipswich then got a free kick, he went back down again. And they've now had to take him off. But the ball is whipped into the box. Oh, Accrington don't deal with it. And it just rolls out of play for a goal kick. That's a dangerous ball into the box.
So Town are playing against a sub-goalkeeper and 10 men.
Yeah.
They may as well be put down if they don't win tonight.
Yeah. If Ipswich don't win in this situation, where they're playing with 10 men for 75 minutes of the game, and as you quite rightly said, against the sub goalkeeper, something's not quite right, is it? But it's the first game under Matt Gill whatever the case may be. But yeah, we had the question earlier in, and I want to get your thoughts on this, Adam. Shem asked, Town fans, where do Town need to strengthen next season?
God, next season, that's a good question. I've just seen the first touch from that goalkeeper. My Christ. Oh, dear me. I don't know if I'm ahead of you or not.
I'm on 38 minutes and 4 seconds.
Yeah, I am ahead of you. Oh, my goodness. Right. You're in for a treat.
How far ahead are you?
Not very much.
Okay.
39.50 I'm on now.
39.50. You're about a minute and a half ahead of me.
But just you skip onto the other feed in a minute, but don't do it now.
Right. Okay. So I've just seen.
My Christ, this is horrific. Literally. That's an embarrassment.
Rob's just posted in, I'm at 40.43. See, this is the problem. I'm about 2 or 3 minutes behind everybody else.
On the other feed, James, it looks like it's only 10 seconds behind. So switch over that.
Okay, I'll try that in a second. So here it comes.
You need to watch the next 2 minutes.
So it looks like Dazell's on the ball here. Ipswich are on the right-hand side. On the edge of the area. Oh, dodgy goal kick up into the air by the goalkeeper, and it goes out of play for a corner.
You need to watch for about 1 more minute.
Oh, bloody hell, I really am far behind. Jesus Christ.
But yeah, just dip out of that feed and switch onto the other one.
Right. Okay, I'll do it in a moment. I've got a feeling that something massive's happening in a few seconds.
I don't know how you've got that far behind.
Oh, bloody hell. Jesus Christ. It's 1-1. What the hell is the goalkeeper doing?
Is he actually a substitute goalkeeper, or is he one of the stewards?
Oh, my God. Right. So I'm clicking on the Accrington link. You said...
You need to basically go back a page, so you're choosing between games, and then pick the other one, the one that's written in capital letters.
Okay. You see, I'm on.
I was on the same one as you. I just switched. Jeez.
So
Town should have made it 2-1 there. That's point blank. This goalkeeper is in for a horrible night.
Right, okay. I am now at, I think, 42 something.
Yeah, I think we're level.
That's a great save by the goalkeeper, if that is what I think it is.
Yeah. 42-46, James.
Yep. There we go. Right.
We're back in sync. I can't think of the name of the song.
Dirty Pop. Boop, boop. And you always sick time.
I tell you what, he's going to have a half time, I think, isn't he, the goalkeeper there?
Yeah, not good at all. Not good at all.
I mean, you can come onto the pitch with a few nerves, but absolutely pie your first kick, and then whatever happened at that corner, I do not know. But I can't even describe that. No,
really can't. Right, Ipswich are on the left-hand side here. Cut back inside. He should have played it out to the left, but inside in Ipswich come inside. Dazell's on the edge of the area, looking to try and make something happen.
Town just passing it back along the lines. You can see Lambert's style of play is still ingrained in them. They're not trying anything different today to what they have been, really.
No, not really. No, I wouldn't say so.
So not Town allowing a lot of wide options today. Here we go.
Ball switched out.
Another one
on the edge of the area. Oof. Ball cuts across. Jesus Christ. And Ipswich, another opportunity there.
How important would that have been there?
They are piling on the pressure. They really are. And Accrington just need to get themselves in at half time now.
Goalkeeper's positioning again is terrible.
And they really, really do. Dan, are you ready for this? Are you ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. And we're changed, baby. 1-1.
I could get the party light going today.
There we go.
I think I might get that all set up actually.
So Ipswich have really kind of upped their game in the past few moments. They obviously sense blood with this goalkeeper, and then now
they up the game, or are they now just playing dross?
Yeah, they the goalkeeper's had a bit of a nightmare, but Accrington, as I said, just need to calm it down now and get themselves into half time. But there's 6 minutes of added on time in this half, and obviously that's because the goalkeeper's gone down with his injury. They just need to shut up shop for these next 6 minutes, compose themselves, maybe make a sub and try and change up the game.
Oh, how do you turn this off? I've got epilepsy at home.
Ipswich on the right hand side, ball comes across. Oh, it's well above everyone, and it just goes out for a goal kick. Shocking play.
I can't work out how to turn it off. You have to turn it off properly. I can't work out how to do it on the remote.
But Accrington are going to just completely take as long as they possibly can with this goal kick now.
6 minutes added on time is pretty hefty, isn't it?
It's a lot for a first half. It really is.
Hello, Alex.
Dad, is that goalkeeper Equalizes? Do you know who that goalkeeper is, Adam?
I know that name, but I cannot think where he comes from.
Okay, he was the goalkeeper that Norwich signed and only played one game with the season we went down to League One, first game of the season when we lost 7-1 to Colchester.
Right.
He was in goal that game, and it was the one.
And he never got another game.
It was the one and only time he ever played for the club.
You wonder what things like that do to a player's mentality and how they carry on.
Well, do you know what happened to him? Well, he was one of the most touted goalkeepers in Australian football.
Right.
He went back to Australia, and because of what happened...
One of only two goalkeepers in Australian football, you mean then?
Right. He changed his name.
No!
Yeah, he's just called Michael Theo. He changed his name legally because he didn't want that to be his reputation.
I thought he just didn't want Klitos on the end of his name.
That could be that as well. Slim is in the building. I'm watching in the car while the missus is working.
Sure she hadn't kicked you out, mate?
How good is that Ian Henderson? Ian Henderson is one of the best lower league football players around. He's been absolutely brilliant for Rochdale. I can't believe they let him go, but he's been absolutely colossal. I love that man. Obviously, ex-Norwich player. I know him, know him quite well. Yeah, Rob Dino, who's a Equalizes, is Slim. Good evening, James and Adam. Sorry I wasn't in last night. Big things work-wise at the moment. That's no worries, mate. Hopefully you can watch the episode back. It was a really good chat last night. We had Ollie Bayliss on the show, and we also had Matt Morton for Town Manager on the show as well. It was a really good chat. We were there for 2 hours and 45 minutes last night, Adam. Absolutely ridiculous.
The passion that Matt spoke with about that semi-final, that was a bit touching. That was the emotion and how they felt very hard done by, and how that actually inspired them to the victory because of the way it affected them.
Yeah,
I found that story quite. I don't know, that story got to me. Like, you could feel it, how passionate about it was, and I wonder what that would have done to him if they would have gone out to that decision.
Yeah,
clearly, someone that absolutely lives and breathes the game.
Yeah. Cheers, Shem. Really appreciate that. Oh, Ipswich. Oh, what is the goalkeeper doing? Jesus Christ. And Atkinson get the ball back. Ball into the middle. Oh, Enciala deals with it and just gets rid of the ball. But Jesus Christ, that was a scare for Ipswich there. Fair play for Holy for coming out. But they're now on the counter.
He launched into it, didn't he?
Yeah, they're now on the counter.
2 feet off the ground.
Puts the ball back into the middle. They're trying to escape a marker. He does.
Troy
Why are
Parrott.
you not driving forward?
Troy Parrott don't look like he knows what to do with the ball.
Dazelle out to the right-hand side now. He just took it past his man on the left-hand side and then passed it back to Kenlock. It's like, you've just got past your man. Why are you then allowing him to get back up, reset himself and get back into position? Just get the ball forward, man. Ball out on the right-hand side. Bennett is just hauled back. And it's a
they need to hit the crosses earlier, don't they?
Yeah.
Put the pressure in the area, hit the early crosses.
Yeah, really do. She would
have someone for this.
So we're into the final minute of injury time here. Accrington have just given away a free kick in a very good position for Ipswich. If they can beat the first man here, there's an opportunity for them to get themselves a goal right before half-time here. So the ball, who's going to be taking this? I think it's going to be Judge, isn't it? I'm not sure. Ball comes into the box, headed on, and it's a goal. 2-1 to Ipswich. Right before half-time. Unbelievable.
What Simon to score.
That's game over. It's game over.
Can I be a bit critical? Why did the goalkeeper just... He's planted. On the replay, he kind of skips across and then just doesn't... He's on his toes, but he doesn't... I don't know. Surely you'd expect him to at least really stick a hand out at that.
Peter Baylor, mate, so much for telling me to wait till... Do you know what? I did not see this Accrington collapse. That goalkeeper going off has completely changed this game.
I'd love to look on a Accrington forum to know what they think of him anyway.
Yeah.
I'd love to find that fan opinion, because this is a lad that clearly hasn't played much league football.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Unbelievable.
Get that slide updated, James.
Yeah, I know I am.
Oh, no. Do you know what I forgot to do?
What's that?
Well, we scored.
Oh, dearie me. And that is half-time. And the Accrington manager...
2-1 at half-time. Come on, town.
So, 2-1 to Ipswich. They've got the goal right before half-time. As I said, for me, it all changed when the goalkeeper went off. It wasn't... I don't think the sending off it didn't have that much of an effect straight away, if I'm being honest. The red card has has obviously happened, but for me, the goalkeeper going off injured has changed this game entirely, because Ipswich now have sensed blood, haven't they? They've sensed blood and they have gone for it in these final sort of 10 minutes of the second half. There's been wave after wave of attack. If anything, they probably should have got the ball into the box a few more times, because you can see the 2 goals have come from 2 set pieces. If you put the ball into a dangerous area, the goalkeeper,
his position's awful.
He doesn't know whether or not to come or go. Yeah. He's got no idea what is going on. And the goals have been his fault.
But to be honest, though, the defence need to account for that and hold a bit tighter.
Yeah.
Like for that header, that was a very free header for a goalkeeper who's positionally all over the place.
Well done, Peter. I told Peter asked me about halfway through the first half how it's going, and I said, "Yeah, Ipswich are doing all right, but they're not really creating a huge amount." And then lo and behold, they're now 2-1 up at half time.
Well, just imagine we've missed a penalty as well, James.
Yeah.
We've missed a penalty, and probably it is fair to say we missed 2 sitters at the end of the half. Keeper's name, we can get that off the Stuart Watson would have posted that.
What's that?
The keeper's name.
His name is Savin. Not sure what his first name is, but it's Savin. So yeah, wow, complete change up in this game, complete and utter change up. As I said, to try and sum up this half is that up until the red card, Accrington were completely in control of the game. They were the ones that were on the ball, on the front foot. Ipswich, there was no urgency, no pace, no passion, there was no movement. There was just not an awful lot going on. The red card happened, and to be honest, even after that point, they get the penalty, they miss the penalty, and for about 10 minutes, there's a bit of a lull in the game. There's not really a huge amount going on. Then the goalkeeper getting injured is what has completely changed this match. He's come off. The sub goalkeeper's come on, and all of a sudden it's panic stations. I don't know if you've noticed it during that game as well, Adam. The Accrington players don't want to pass back to him.
No, I mean, he's been on the pitch. He was on for 7 minutes of normal time and 6 minutes of added time. In that time, we scored 2 goals and had 3 close chances, as well as the missed kick. Right. He's 20 years old, named Toby Savin. I'd be interested to know what his football experience so far has been, because what a horrible, horrible start for him.
Yeah, really, really has been a horrible start. But he looks unsure of himself whether or not he wants to come out and collect anything. He doesn't. He's because of his indecision, it's making the defenders being indecisive as well. And throughout that second half, Accrington have just dropped back and back and back and back. Those 6 minutes of injury time, just need to shut up shop and just concentrate. That free kick that led to the goal should not be given that free kick away. It's such a blatant free kick where he just pulls Bennett's back. You're asking for trouble when you know where the first goal has come from. Yeah. The ball goes into the box. What happened? Norwood rises up and it's 2-1. And as I said, for me now, that's game done. It's game over because I can't see how Accrington are going to come back into this game. I really can't see how they're going to do it because they're down to 10 men. The goalkeeper problems are what they are. They either need to make a change. They either need to try and hold out in this second half, maybe make a change with about 10, 15 minutes to go, and then go for it and try and get themselves a draw. Or they try and change things up now, go all hell for leather, and then potentially lose 4 or 5-1. I don't know how they play it because right now they're in trouble. And as far as I'm concerned, it's an Ipswich win all day long. But I don't know. What do you reckon?
Town did not start well. And it just looks like they've put them to the sword. They've kind of, like you said earlier, they've sort of sensed blood, really, and gone for it. Town, literally all Town seem to need to do is put those balls in, the diags that just go across the back line. 3.5 goals for Ipswich is a safe bet. Yeah, I'd agree.
Bill Case, you must be enjoying seeing Town play so well, James. You need to watch us more often. To be honest, the reason why we selected this game is because we honestly thought it was going to be Paul Lambert's last game in charge. That's the reason why we wanted to watch it. But lo and behold, Ipswich pulled the trigger on a Sunday night. And here we are. But again, for the opening 10, 15 minutes of this game, before the red card and before the penalty, I wasn't impressed by Ipswich. And to be honest, I haven't really been impressed by them that much now. The 2 goals have come from 2 set plays. One's been a corner and one's been a free kick. There's not really been massive openings in the game where they've absolutely carved Accrington apart and that, all kind of stuff like that. It's just been, I mean, the stats are now coming up on my screen here. Ipswich have had 59% possession. They've had 6 shots on target compared to Accrington's 1. Wow, I didn't think it was that high, actually, but fair play to him. 4 successful dribbles, 2 corners, a passing accuracy of 69%. Grow up. Lots of missed chances, says Bill. Yeah, and like I said, I haven't been that hugely impressed by Ipswich. I don't know what your thoughts on the first half are, Adam, from an Ipswich perspective.
I mean, one of the biggest disappointments is effectively their goalkeeper is now called Sabin, and it's the only thing he hasn't really done. So, there's a good opportunity for a pun there, and it's absolutely ruined. Ipswich have just been... They've just been average at best, but they've got the job done now, haven't they?
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
this is it.
They've looked quite nice on the left wing. I will be honest, but they're nice players happened on the left.
Yeah.
But it feels a bit slow. The whole game feels a bit slow.
Yeah. But right now, that probably suits Ipswich. Now that they've got the man advantage, they've now got the goal advantage.
Oh, they can dictate. Yeah.
The gameplay is set up for them now. All this possession football that they've been playing for the entirety of the season is now finally going to come into effect.
Yeah.
Now's their opportunity to utilise that. I'll tell you what, let's bring up some of the halftime scores up on the screen here, just so you guys are caught up to speed with what's going on around League One. So the scores are full-time result from earlier on: Gillingham 3, Milton Keynes 2. Charlton picking up a 1-0 win away from home against Wigan, which is a massive win for them because their form has been absolutely shocking of late. Obviously, the Ipswich game, we know the score in that. Blackpool 1, Crewe 0, which I suppose is a bit of a shock result. Burton 0, Bristol Rovers 0. Doncaster have beaten Portsmouth 1-0, so obviously reacting well to considering Darren Moore has left Doncaster. That's a good reaction from them at half-time. Hull are 1-0 up against Rochdale. Lincoln are 1-0 down against Fleetwood, which is a shock result so far. Northampton are beating Plymouth 1-0. Oxford and Peterborough is 0-0. Shrewsbury are winning 1-0 against AFC Wimbledon. And Sunderland are 0-0 with Swindon. So Sunderland drawing, Peterborough drawing.
That Oxford Peterborough game is actually a real big one.
Yeah. So you've got Sunderland drawing, Peterborough drawing, Lincoln losing, Portsmouth losing, Doncaster and Hull are winning. But so far, most of the results are going Ipswich's way. The
results are going Ipswich's way, and the end of that half made it seem like we're playing against a Subutio goalkeeper. So Town are going to feel confident coming back out. I genuinely feel sorry for the lad.
Peters put, Ipswich fans should not have been so disrespectful to McCarthy. The style might not have been pretty, but they would not be in the mess they are at the minute if he had remained in charge. I think the problem is, Peter, is that he kind of soured the relationship himself towards the end, didn't he? With some of his gestures towards the fans, obviously swearing at the Ipswich fans and telling them to F off in the local derby didn't go down particularly well. There was a lot of things that he said that just didn't sit well with them. He refused to bring players on because Ipswich fans sang their names and all this kind of stuff like that. There was so many antics that he did that just wound a lot of people up, and it kind of reached its course. But yeah, no, I do agree. He is a good manager, and he's proven it with Cardiff. Do you know what I mean? He's proven that he's still got it at that
great
level.
Job.
But yeah, it's not gone well for Ipswich since then. Peter says, yeah, be careful what you wish for. Toby saving nothing, says Slim.
Oh, dear.
Peter, up the Jills in the comment section. For you, Adam M., what do Ipswich now need to do in this second half to make sure that this is a win? What do they need to do?
Goal difference for me.
Goal difference, right? Okay, so you're not worried at all. You think now's an opportunity to go and get yourself a few more.
Yeah, I think they should, because it will do the team wonders as well, confidence-wise.
Mm-hmm.
New manager, let's bang some goals in. Let's start to sort out that goal difference from when we've had silly losses. Let's nullify a few of those and sort ourselves out, because Ipswich, don't forget, they've dropped a lot of points, and if they genuinely are on a charge to actually make sure they get promoted, goal difference could be very, very important.
Yeah.
It's that common saying, goal difference is a point. Well, let's start trying to make positive impact on it.
Yeah.
Let's show that, our top scorer, I think, has got 5 goals this season. Pathetic.
I'll tell you what, just to make things a little bit interesting, I'm going to put a little bit of money on Accrington to score the next goal. Why the hell not?
Betting's for losers.
You're a loser. Do you know what? Why the hell not? I'm not going to put a massive amount. I'll put 24p on Accrington to be the next goal scorer. There you go.
God, I better spend that 32p return wisely.
It's all about the short gains, mate.
What would be the return? I'm interested to see if it would be 32p now.
It's 13-5. Accrington to score the next goal, so you get about 80 something odd p back on it. It's not a massive amount. It's not massive. I don't bet massive amounts because I'm not stupid. I'll have the maximum. Well, I only spend £5 every weekend, and this is just a little bit of money I've got left from the other weekend where I won my £5 back that I put in and had a little bit of change left over, so I withdrew my £5 to get what I put back in. And
I couldn't bet. I couldn't bet small amounts because every time I got a win, I'd think that's another Mars bar. I think I can't do anything with that other than buy a Mars bar, so I just get even fatter.
No, I just like I said, I just don't do big amounts. I don't see the risk is not worth it for me. If I'm being honest, the risk is just not worth it. So I only bet small amounts. And so far this year, I think I'm about £5 down. So I'm not. I've not done too badly this year, overall. But yeah, I'm putting a few on. Who should I put on? I'll tell you what.
Chambo anytime. That's what I'd go with.
Sorry,
Chambers anytime. There's goals from corners. This game stinks of goals from corners.
Do you know what? Actually, let's have a look at what some odds are. Goal scorers. Here we go. Troy Parrott's 5-1. Should I put Drinnan at 6-1?
Please don't. Paul Cook is more likely to score than Drinnan.
Luke Chambers is 33-1.
That's worth it. He won't get pulled off. He'll go up for corners.
There you go. 50p on Luke Chambers to score.
You can drop me £8 tomorrow when you win.
Why the hell not? Why the hell not? Kiss of Death, says Slim on here. Slim says £5. I'd be lucky to bet £1. Yeah, no, it's not for everyone, is it? I bought a box of Crest for the same money. Would have been better for you too. There's Peter on there. Spencer says, you're not fat, Adam, you're cuddly.
Cheers, Spencer. You can join the love in when we're allowed to meet up.
Peter, my mate is a Millwall fan. He said Parrott was awful. What have you made of Parrott so far this season?
He hasn't been great. He looks lightweight. He doesn't look. He needs to hit the gym, have a few steaks. Like there is a player in there, but it just doesn't seem like. I think Ipswich needed a player that was going to bang goals, and what they've got is someone that will be good in 3 years' time.
Right.
Which Town can't really afford to be developing other people's players at the minute. They actually needed players to come in that were ready. But in the market, that's going to be very difficult to do because these are probably all cut price bargains, aren't they?
Mm. Yeah.
Players out on your screen?
Yes, yeah. Peter says someone called him the new Harry Kane.
No, he is genuinely touted to be like that good. Like, not actually joking. They think development-wise he has got that in him. Yeah. I think you'll see a lot of him in a few years' time, but Town have had people in the past that with us they weren't that brilliant, and they've gone on and they've had great careers.
Yeah, the thing is with Harry Kane as well. He came on loan to Norwich and nobody rated him. He wasn't anything great at Norwich. Just because you have a loan spell somewhere and you haven't impressed doesn't mean you're not going to be.
He'll be learning a lot. He will be learning a lot.
Yeah,
but even then, I think it's a bit short-sighted of Tottenham to recall him from Millwall. Having a whole season at a club allows you to get to deeply know the dressing room and the mechanics of it. And I think at that age, you need that full year at one place to put your roots down and do the very best you can. You know?
Yeah, that's it. Nick Muller has put on here. There's a Bishop playing on both teams. I didn't spot that. If I'm being honest, where's
Jay, you're going to check to see if there's basically half a chess set playing now.
Yeah. No, Bishop is up top for Accrington. There you go. He did break something through, though, from memory. I'm not entirely sure if he did at Norwich. He just didn't have a great time. Lincoln are 2-0 down. Aki busted for me, says Shem. 2-0 down against Fleetwood, who are 16th in the table at the moment. It's not a.
I'd say that game isn't over yet. Don't call it an Aka buster yet. Lincoln have got it in him.
What would you suggest to Shem if he has a chance to cash out? Should he?
Oh, I'd always say yes. If you can make profit by cashing out, there's profit. Cash out. But betting's for losers. It's like I said.
Long throw in. Ipswich don't deal with it. And good block though by Ipswich. That was a dangerous moment there. Accrington just don't control the ball, and Ipswich look to counter attack now. And it's trying a couple of flicks, and it's out on the right hand side here. And Accrington get it out for a throw in. It's a good start by Accrington there. Long throw in into the box. That could be what gets them a goal. The throw ins, the free kicks, the corners, whatever it has to be. If that's how you keep yourself in the game, then fair play. Absolutely fair play to him. Chambers with the throw in now. He's looking for options, and there's not really a big amount of movement from the Ipswich players.
Very static.
In fact, there's no movement. There we go. Throw in is finally taken. And Accrington have the ball back. Oof, tell you what, dangerous pass in there by Accrington. I don't really think the lino knew what was going on there. He just gave a throw in to Stanley.
He waited a while, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Chambers wasn't impressed, but no other Ipswich player was really appealing for that, though. So, and Ipswich now come away with the ball on the halfway line. Good tackle there. But they've still managed to keep the play. Ball goes over the top. They're through 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. Oh, well recovered. Good defending. Really good defending there by the Accrington defender. Looked like Norwood was through once again, but
I don't know what Norwood's really doing. Pirouetting on the floor.
Again, nobody's really appealing for that. So
no.
From ball right across the Ipswich. Accrington are giving the ball away. Ipswich are now breaking, and it's a silly, cynical foul, and he's going to get a yellow card. There we go. See, this is what's going to happen now. If Accrington do decide they want to play in Ipswich's half, if they lose the ball, they're going to be 2 against 1 in a lot of situations moving forward in this half. And if they continue to do that, they're going to be picking up these silly yellow cards from time to time. Can't keep doing that.
Odds to go down to 9 men.
Sorry?
Odds for them to go down to 9 men. They're nibbly fouls. It could happen.
Yeah, really could. I don't know. I'd have to. I'll tell you what. Let's have a look on Coral, shall we?
You know, like in these games where you see it, where the other team literally just takes a little bite at ankles every now and again, and that's where you get them 2 yellows.
Yes. No odds on Coral. There you go. I won't be betting on
that one.
I won't be betting on that one.
That's any partnership deal with them out the window. Paddy Power, Lumborn.
Can you imagine the Suffolk Non-League show sponsored by Coral?
We're more likely to get bloody Magical Vegas on board, mate. We'll have their glittery logo above us.
I tell you what, we should look for sponsorship for live shows. You know,
it's, like having Magical Vegas, like literally lit up in neon above us. What is that free kick?
What's your timestamp? What's your timestamp at the moment? Mine is 49.56. Sorry,
48.50 or 49.
I'm now 49. Yeah. Long ball over the top on the left-hand side. The Accrington player can't bring it under control, and it's a throw-in for Ipswich. But Accrington have got a good opportunity just to pen them in now. And you never know.
This Accrington ground is like a prime example of one that needs fans in it. do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's so small and so close.
My dad's put, there's only one cook in East Anglia, Lesby Avenue. Brilliant. Again, guys, if you want to come on the show, the link for the for StreamYard is the pinned link, pinned tweet on your chat on the right hand side there. If you want to come on and give your thoughts and opinions on the game, on the management situation at Ipswich Town, on the ownership situation, feel free to come on tonight's live show and give us your thoughts. If you want to help support the channel, you can do it via Patreon. A link is in the description below, or you can donate one-off via the super chat, which would be massively appreciated. If you like what we're doing, then feel free to put anything towards the channel. It really does help go a really long way. That would be massively appreciated. Peter Bailey says 14-1 Norwood hat-trick. I don't know. We'll see on that one. Knowing Ipswich, I'll probably sub him after 60 minutes, so I'm not entirely sure on that one.
It's not that. I don't think Norwood's got full games in him at the minute.
No.
I think they actually came out and said that.
Nick Muller, Ipswich may get new sponsorship now.
Well, I'm sure this deal comes up for renewal at the end of the season.
Mm.
There's a lot of talk about gambling companies in football at the moment. Oh my word!
Oh, just get rid of the ball.
What a let-off that is.
I tell you what, another mistake by the Accrington goalkeeper. He goes to make a clearance and it comes off an Ipswich player. It's trickling towards the goal, but it kind of slowed down by the time it got to the 6-yard area, and Accrington just get the ball away. This goalkeeper's having an absolute mare.
Norwood wasn't quite on his toes enough, was he, to respond and get back in the box?
No, definitely not.
He was a long way away from it by the time it deflected.
Apparently, Man City are 1-0 up against Wolves, says Peter on here. If you got any scores you want to put into the chat, feel free, because as I said, we're keeping an eye on this particular game. Obviously, you guys have got a bit more access than what we do. But if you want to shove your scores into the, into the chat, feel free to do so.
Troy Parrott is deep.
Just giving the ball away again by Accrington. They can't manage to keep a hold of the ball. And Ipswich are just then now progressing to the halfway line with Ken Locke.
He ran out of steam there, didn't he? Nowhere to go.
Yeah. Slim says, Adam, as an Ipswich supporter, with the appointment, do you think you will get promoted?
I think expecting promotion is too much.
Really?
Like using those words, expecting it just to happen is too much. If it happens, he's done a good job. If it doesn't happen, they have had a real shit mid-season. And if he weren't to go up, unless he loses every game, which I can't see happening, the fault is firmly on that run of 15 games.
Yeah.
There you go. I do not buy into this whole thing. We've got a new manager. We're not going to lose another game all season. Yeah. All those teams look inferior to us. We'll beat every one of them. That is not the dialogue of the season so far. Doesn't matter what team you play, everyone's looked like they can beat us. Or
Wilson's just given away a free kick about 10 yards outside of the 18-yard box. It's a good opportunity for Accrington to get the ball into the box here and make something happen.
Be interesting to see how many people they leave back.
I think this is genuinely how Accrington are going to get something from this game. It'll be really interesting to see what happens here. So, ball on the edge of the area. Can they whip it in and make something happen here?
Back with the one-man wall.
Yep. Ball goes into the area. Oh, good save by the goalkeeper.
Really good save by Holy.
What a save by Holy. That is Do you know what really annoys me about modern football? And I noticed this the other day. When a goalkeeper makes an absolutely worldy save, why do defenders never congratulate him anymore? Why do they never go over to the goalkeeper and give him a pat on the back or a high five or whatever? It never, ever happens anymore. And I don't understand why. I don't know why, but it really winds me up. Anyway, ball into the box. An Accrington player's going down. The referee is having none of it.
It just
Ipswich look to break on the right-hand side now. Ball into the centre.
Oh, that's a lovely ball.
Norwood over to the right side, and it looks like Bennett is going to pick up the ball. He tries to take around his marker. Great defending, and he gives away a foul.
Honestly, some of this football, I can't. is so poor quality. It's horrible.
It's terrible,
You
yeah.
look at the
It's
difference
terrible.
between this and what we were watching with Norwich the other week. It's terrible. It's
Yeah.
absolutely awful. Like Coventry looked like they were struggling at one point, but they were only struggling because tactically Norwich had got the better of them. They weren't just tripping over the ball to give away fouls. That's awful.
That's bad, isn't it? It really is bad. Shem has put, Wolves have touched the ball collectively 10 times in the opening 15 minutes of their game against Man City. If that is true, that is a shocking statistic. Peter, as a season ticket holder at Gillingham, seen everyone. No one has convinced me, not even Peterborough this season.
That's interesting.
That's a very interesting perspective. I think this league is very inconsistent. That's why there's so many teams in the reckoning to go up this year.
I've said to you before, James, I think anyone can beat anyone. I don't think you can go out at the start of a game and say this match will definitely be won by X, Y, or Z. Like,
no,
I don't. That's how it works.
Very hard division to predict, which is why I tend not to put many League One games in any ACCs I've got, because you just don't know what way half of the stuff is going to go. Shem has put playoffs has to be a minimum for Cook and Town. Do you agree with that?
I wouldn't be calling for his head. What I'm trying to get at is I wouldn't be calling for his head if he didn't manage it. Because only 2 or 3 games ago, we were saying, we're probably going to get relegated. Nothing has changed apart from the name on the manager's door. That's the thing we've got to remember. Just because we've got a different name on the manager's door doesn't mean the result will definitely be different. We've got to think about that. Yeah. But do I want Cook to have a transfer window to see if he can revolutionise the club? Yes, I flipping well do.
Yeah.
Be that with Evans or someone else. And even if it means that he's not going to be given money to spend, let's see who he can bring in, who he decides to retain, what he can generate, what loans he can get in.
Yeah.
I want him to have a transfer window.
Yeah. There we go.
Must be some worry for Accrington here.
Got another man down
receiving treatment.
Got another man down at the moment, down with injury. Not
looking his
good.
Thigh and his knee, isn't he?
Falling apart. Really are falling apart.
Do you think the surface is playing up on it?
Potentially. I didn't see what really happened, to be honest. I don't really know why he went down. They were about to take a throw in and he's just gone to the floor and the physio's now on.
They reckon the goalkeeper has a dislocated finger.
Really?
So he'll be out for a little while.
If any of you are watching, obviously this live stream, and you are available on Twitter at the moment, go over to Twitter and just retweet the link that I've just put out on there, just so we can try and get some more people to come over and watch it. That'd be much appreciated. Send the link to it, whoever you want, to get them into the chat as well. And again, if you want to come on the show, the link for the show is the pinned tweet or pinned message rather on YouTube. Come over. Get involved in the show. We'd love to have your thoughts and opinions on here. Shem has put, I agree, mate. Just think that has to be the target. Cardiff are free up at the moment, by the way, as well. Super Mick is doing it once again. Bill Pace, I think can we go get promoted easily, put a run together, and who knows, even top 2 is still possible. The results show potential is there in the squad. I think there's never been an issue of for me, I think this squad should easily be in the playoffs. Easily be in the playoffs. It's just the fact they've been poorly coached for such a long time.
It's amazing how the mentality of the fans can change with 2 results and a different manager.
Yeah. Ipswich are counter-attacking on the left-hand side from that corner, or from the free kick, rather. They're in the area now. Ballsy comes into the box, falls from the edge of the area. They're just passing it around. Somebody just needs to pull the trigger. And the ball goes out of play for an Accrington throw in.
There's no point in trying to walk it into the box with this goalkeeper.
Somebody just needs to take a shot there. Just have a pop. A goal. It's not difficult. It really isn't difficult. Accrington peeing for a free kick and it's not given. And Ipswich just get the ball back. A long ball over by Ken Locke. Accrington defender deals with it. And it's a free kick to Accrington. They're saying Norwood went in too hard
I do think that's the problem with these possession-based systems, James, is that it prevents teams sometimes from actually opening up and having a go and spreading play a bit, because they'd rather play in smaller triangles, smaller squares of play. And sometimes I'd prefer just to see a team stretch a defence and have a go.
Yeah. Accrington here on the right-hand side, cut back, ball into the box.
That's a hit.
Accrington shot from the edge of the area. It's deflected, and Ipswich struggling to get rid of the ball. Ball looped back in and is headed behind by Chambers for a corner kick to Accrington Stanley. A little bit of pressure here for Stanley. Can Ipswich deal with it? They've got a corner to try and defend here. Jamie's in the building. Evening, guys. Evening, Jamie. I hope you're well, mate. I hope you're doing all right. And enjoy the watch along, my friend. I'll bring everyone's comments up in a few seconds once we've got this. McConville's come on for Accrington, a player I know quite well from my Football Manager days. Ball is into the box. Ipswich clear, and the referee's given a foul against Ipswich, and they'll have a few seconds to compose themselves. The only worry is our defence, but shown we can keep clean sheets, according to Bill. I think that's probably been one of the main strengths for Ipswich this season, is that their goal scoring has been atrocious, but defensively they've been relatively solid this year, even under Lambert.
I agree, but I don't think we look convincing at the back, and I think that's what people are looking for.
Yeah.
We haven't put in that convincing, solid performance. But again, a lot of this is all born from the way that we want to play.
Yeah.
And you can't get away from that. If you're going to play this short passing football, naturally you're going to lose that solidity.
Peter Bailey, Lincoln have scored. They're now 2-1 down. The ACCA is back on, my friends, he says. Jamie's put Mick McCarthy is getting big praise on Sky Sports News about how organised Cardiff are and have been since he went there. We've talked about Mick earlier on. Was it a mistake to get rid of him? Hindsight's a wonderful thing. Peter Bailey, what is going on with Zell? He was linked a couple of years ago. All Ipswich are in the area now. Norwood, again, just put the ball back across the box. He passed it back to Bennett, gets onto his left foot, doesn't pull the trigger. Now pulls it back to his right-hand side, and Accrington just tackle him and deal with it. Again, Norwood has an opportunity to shoot, doesn't, passes it back. Bennett has an opportunity to get his left foot around the ball, doesn't.
Bennett is terrible for that, though, James.
Dilly-dallies around with it, and then the ball was cleared. But Ipswich have now got it again. They're advancing on the right-hand side. Bennett is now running at his marker, goes onto his right foot, ball back across.
There should be someone there.
Nobody's there. Nobody reacts well to it at all. It's not good enough, really. And Accrington have now got a bit of space on the right-hand side. They're still in their own half, but to break upon. Long ball over the top. I don't know why they're playing long balls against Enciala, Wilson, and Chambers.
What I don't get on Ipswich's part is that they're playing this. They are trying to go wide. So if they're going to go wide and cut a ball back, why have they not got a late runner from midfield?
Yeah.
Why would you not set that up?
Yeah. Ipswich just comfortable passing the ball around. They're keeping possession. They've had a few opportunities to kind of run at Accrington there, but decided they'd rather keep the ball and pass it around and kind of stretch the gameplay a little bit. Seems quite sensible at the moment. They're just going to try and knacker Accrington out for the next few minutes rather than kind of going at it. But when they are getting into the areas, they're just not pulling the trigger and not making the right calls at the moment.
It's not quite right, is it?
Now, going back to Peter's comment, he was Dazelle linked a couple of years ago with big money moves. What's happened to him? Combinations of injury, not getting into the team, and this year's really been the first opportunity he's kind of got with Ipswich.
Yeah, he was killed by that injury, but
yeah,
I don't know what happened. There was a spell where he was available but wasn't getting picked for whatever reason. We don't know what goes on behind the scenes, do we? No. I don't feel like he's ever reached the potential that was there 2 years ago.
No,
and you play each week, and you have favourite players and ones that you always think can produce the magic and stuff. And he's got good passing range, but I never look at him and think you're an absolute worldie of a player. We're lucky to have you.
Yeah.
But I then got to be honest with myself and think, who have I thought that about the Ipswich have had over the last 5 years? Like Daryl Murphy was the last player I can remember getting excited about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ipswich fans still going about Giovanni Dos Santos. If anyone can tell me how many years ago that was.
There you go. Nick Muller has put, would you rather watch League One or the MLS?
I've watched a bit of MLS football.
MLS
is all right if you want to watch youth development and stuff like that. But it's where careers go to die as well.
They either go to start or they go to die. There's no middle.
It's an absolute graveyard of worldies just playing alongside people that are possibly among the best in the world up and coming.
Yeah, that's it. Peter has put, Ipswich possession is down from the first half. Remind me that they are playing 10 men. Yes. Beggars belief, don't it? Yeah,
they've just slowed right down, though.
Yeah, really has. Nick Muller, the injury came at the wrong time for Dazelle. I have to agree.
Honestly, you've nailed it with that.
Ball out to the left-hand side for Accrington. They're in the areas, 1-on-1 against Chambers. He needs to get the ball across. That's pathetic. He tries going down. That's going to be a yellow card.
Terrible dive.
Yeah, that's going to be a yellow card for diving. That is shocking.
He deserves it. That's awful.
Yeah. Chambers went right in him there.
I wouldn't be surprised if Chambers gives him an earful after that.
Yeah, he did. That was a pathetic dive. That is really, really bad.
Oh, yeah. Chambers is having a go.
Yeah. I'm not surprised. Immediately, the ref blew straight away. No, that's a dive. Yellow card for diving. Absolutely no question about that. It was poor. Really,
good to see it, though. Poor. Good officiating.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. Really, really agree with that. They go for a last payday in the MLS. Right. Latest scores from around the grounds in League One. So obviously it's Accrington 1, Ipswich 2. Blackpool are 1-0 up against Crewe in the 70th minute. Burton are now 1-0 up against Bristol Rovers in the 74th minute. Doncaster are 2-0 up against Portsmouth. That's a massive result. Considering again that Darren Moore has only just recently left. I thought they might have a bit of stumbling block, but 2-0 up against Portsmouth is a great result. Hull are 2-0 up against Rochdale. It's Lincoln 1, Fleetwood 2. Northampton 2, Plymouth 0. Peterborough and Oxford is 0-0. Shrewsbury are 1-0 against AFC Wimbledon, and Sunderland are now 1-0 up against Swindon. So some big goals going in up and down League One at the moment. But in the game we're watching, obviously Accrington versus Ipswich, Ipswich seem to have kind of gone down a gear in this half. There's not too much urgency to go and get the third, which we kind of suspected, as you said at halftime, Adam. You want to see goals. You want the goal difference to kind of get up and increase, and make that as a real statement for this game. But not really been happening, to be honest. I said they're getting into the right areas at times, but just
is anyone comfortable though with their team just being ahead by one goal?
Well,
I never will be.
Yeah, no one ever is. Accrington goes sliding in there. He's on the edge of the area. He's got loads of time.
What's he doing?
Poor effort. It's a really bad effort. Who was that? Was that Judge? Or was that Norwood? I can't quite tell.
17 is Judge, isn't it?
Ball on the left-hand side here. Good defending by the Accrington lads, and he just wants to keep the ball for the next few moments before they clear.
Well done.
Norwood wins the ball back, and straight into the tackle.
Yeah.
And now Accrington can break. Long sweeping ball over to the left-hand side. That's a hell of a ball. And now number 11 is running at Chambers again. Decides to keep the ball instead of running at them. And now Ipswich is set. They're all in their right positions. Oh, he's absolutely Stevie Dunham there. Absolutely done him. Ball on the right-hand side. They need to run at their markers now. Good tackle. Really good tackle, to be fair. Unbelievable. James Bloomfield. Dos Santos played about 9 games at Ipswich. He was a ridiculous player, though. Wonder how he'd feel playing on this cow field, says James.
Dos Santos is out playing in South America at the minute.
Is he?
Yeah.
Right,
32.
there you go. Peter, everybody needs a Stuart Webber. He's done amazing in Norwich, completely overhauled everything at the club. My nephew went to Colney Training Ground Complex last year, is one of the best in Europe. I have to agree. He's done completely changed everything at our football club. It's not when Farker goes that I'm worried about. It's when Stuart Webber decides that he's had enough, because he's openly admitted when his contract runs out, he's gone. He's not going to stick around because he's destined to far bigger things than Norwich, I'm afraid. He's a hell of a man, hell of a talent. Although he says money is not everything, Pookie is a free transfer. Enough said. Rob Davies back in the Abbey after all these. I knew you'd get that reference, my friend. I knew you'd get that reference. Long throw in for Accrington here. Ipswich don't deal with it. It's a bouncing ball. Jesus Christ. Oh. And that looks like it's a foul against Accrington. Yeah, it is. But not convincing defending by Ipswich. Not convincing at all. A few signs of weakness there. But I did see Ipswich made a couple of substitutions there. Did we see who went off at all?
I think Edwards and Downs came on for Bishop, and that must have been Judge, I should imagine, that went off.
Yeah, let's see if we can try and find it. No, it's not updating my end. I'm sure it will update in a few moments. Just see if I can try and refresh my Twitter page. So double substitution. Downs and Edwards come on for Bennett and Bishop. So like for like substitutions for Ipswich there. Cheers, Bill, for the shout out on Twitter, mate. Massively appreciated. If everyone could just go over to Twitter and give my latest tweet a retweet, that would be absolutely massively appreciated. Not sure what Nick Miller's trying to say on there. Shem, I think the Indian cricket groundsman prepared this pitch, and Rob's confirmed the substitutions there. Cheers, mate. Accrington have got a free kick on the left-hand side. Ball whipped into the area, and Holy just comes out and claims that.
I hate this thing that Holy does all the time, where he catches it, lets it go, and then catches it again.
Yeah.
It's a horrible habit.
Accrington just hoofed the ball back, and Holy's going to be very comfortable.
He did it again there. He just sort of does a little double catch. What? Why?
Oh, dude.
It's not like my OCD where I have to check the door 5 times before I know it's locked.
Oh, have you seen that Colchester are beating Carlisle 2-1 at the moment? It's a good result
Up
for
the
them.
Wayne Brown.
Sorry?
Up the Wayne Brown.
Up a jam.
Oof.
Holy with a long kick up play. Great header by
well
the
won.
lads. Absolutely superb here.
All the forward line for Accrington is going on the floor with no invite. They are just there.
No. Yeah.
Town have got to be careful.
I tell you what, he's won the ball back from Ipswich there. Oh, unlucky. That's a bad touch, but Ipswich are living dangerously here. I can't quite believe what I'm watching. I would have thought they would have gone on to really do something in this second half, but it's just not happening from an Ipswich perspective.
Complacency. It's good. Honestly, it feels complacent.
Yeah. Like I said, I would have expected them just to go on and completely dominate this second half. Yeah, just not good. Really, really not good for Ipswich, I have to admit. Nick, how many Norwich shirts / tops have you got? I have 76 Ipswich, 1992 until now, 76 tops. Jesus Christ. I reckon I've probably got in the vicinity of about 15 training tops, football kits, home and away. Yeah, I reckon I've probably got about 15 somewhere in the house. I've no idea where. I was going to wear one tonight, and I thought, nah, I'll ease off. I won't do that. I'll show a little bit of respect.
I've grown out of mine, but I can just about zip myself into the giant beanbag.
Oh, dear me. Right. Enciala here passes it back to Holy, and it's a long ball
Put his
up
foot
the
through that,
park
hasn't he?
here.
Oh, what?
Sorry?
Oh. I don't know who that was up top. Was that Norwood just stepped away from the ball when it came near him?
Shem, after 35 minutes, City have 82% possession over Wolves.
That is disgusting.
That's unbelievable. Jordan, yes, my man. I can't wait for tomorrow night's game against Brentford. That is going to be an absolute cracker. Unfortunately, because it's a 5:30 kickoff, neither myself or Adam are going to be available to do that because we really wanted to cover that game. But timing wise, unfortunately, with our jobs and with our kids, we just can't make it happen. But it promises to be a bloody good game, a really good game on there. Nick, they bring it out every season now. Before it was every 2 seasons. Yeah, that is a very good point. Accrington, another Accrington player is down injured at the moment. Are they going to bring the physio on?
There's actually 2 of them down.
Is there? But yeah, 15 too many. All right, mate, calm down. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. I'm used to it. Growing up in this area, being a Norwich fan as a kid, I'm used to the abuse. So it doesn't matter. Chuck it my way, my friends. Chuck it my way. Stuart Webber is choosing his replacement, apparently, with his wife at the club too. He might stay on. Norwich as such a family club. Yeah. I don't know what the situation is. I think his contract expires not this season, but I think it's the end of next. And as I said, he has previously stated that he will move on once his contract is up. But you never know. He might decide to stick around.
Oh dear, what was that for?
I'm not entirely sure, but he's given Accrington a free kick here. It's an opportunity again to get the ball into the box here.
Town are starting to put every man behind the ball. They're playing 10 men and they're not even leaving anyone up now.
No. So here we go. Ball into the box. It looks like it's going to
really parking the bus.
Tell you what, pinball in the box. Accrington on the edge of the area goes for a shot. And it's a goal kick. Why are you going for an effort there? Get the ball into the box, mate.
I feel like we're parking the bus against 10 men and a terrible goalkeeper. And it feels terrible. It feels awful.
Have you got the blue Norwich shirt? No, but I think my old man has. I think my old man's got the old centenary blue and white Norwich top because it had like a load of season ticket holders and ex-Norwich players' names printed all over the shirt. I think my dad's got that one. He'll probably correct me in a few moments.
Does Nick have the green Ipswich shirt?
Is there a green Ipswich shirt?
There's the green and yellow Ipswich shirt in existence. Very old one.
Right. I'd say what Ipswich have given away another free kick here, or have they? Yeah, I think they have. And it's going to be a yellow card now for Ipswich. Jesus. Again.
It's all starting to feel a bit fragile with 12 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah. For no reason. Jesus Christ. He's completely barged him off the pitch there. It's a blatant yellow card.
I was going to say, it's put him through the wardens.
Depends on what others come in. I hope he goes to a big club. If he goes to a shit Premier League club, it feels a little pointless. Yeah, I agree. He's got to move on for the right reasons. But going back to the game, another opportunity now for Accrington to get the ball into the box. I can't understand what is happening with Ipswich's mentality here. It's just all over the place, isn't it?
It's so uncomfortable.
It just doesn't make any sense. It really, really doesn't. So what are the times? 79. So we've got 10 minutes plus injury time still to go in this game. And Accrington, out of the 2 teams, are the ones that look likely to actually make something happen. Ball comes into the box, Holy punches it out, and it looks like Ipswich are now going to have a counter attack, but they don't deal with it. They don't do it properly. That is terrible.
Why
ball
are we
out to the right hand side now. He's got loads of time. Put the ball into the box. Flick on. Looks like Enciala deals with it, and he goes up for the second header. That's good defending by Enciala there. Really
like a dolphin.
Fins up.
Yeah.
And Ipswich look like they can counter-attack here. This is the chance now. Right, bearing down a goal. From an Accrington perspective, just keep him there.
Go on. No.
Oh, he's lucky
overran that.
He's lucky to keep that ball in on the right-hand side. Cuts inside. Is he going to have a pop from here? Dazelle. Oh, shot is blocked. Downs on the edge of the area. Plays it back out to the right-hand side. Oh, that is a...
No.
It looks like they were finally doing something, Ipswich. And oh, God, that's an awful touch by Edwards. Just goes right under his foot. And Accrington
Paul keeps looking at this.
The difference between how Norwich handled the game when they were ahead last time we were watching and how Ipswich are handling this game now that they are ahead. Chalk and cheese. Complete opposites of how you handle a game when you are winning. Ipswich are just they're not playing well at all.
Dazelle's being hooked.
They're really, really not. And Dazelle comes off. Did you see who's coming on there?
I'm waiting for it to pop up on my screen.
BF, good defending by Enciala, not something you hear every day. To be fair, he dealt with that situation very well. He went up.
He's had a good couple of games. Enciala has, but the
problem is he's always got a mistake in him.
He's always got a penalty in him. He's very clumsy.
We have just gone past the 2-hour mark, guys. Again, if you want to get your thoughts and opinions in after the game, if you want to come on and talk about Ipswich, if you want to get your thoughts on the takeover, on the management, anything like that, then feel free to come on the show. The link is available. Click it, come on, and give your thoughts on what's going on at Ipswich. If you want to support the show, you can do so via the super chat. If you want to put something towards it, or you can go and visit our Patreon page. Would be much appreciated if you want to put something towards the show. Would mean an absolute, would mean the world here. Is he giving that as a foul?
Another booking?
Wow, he's given that as a foul. Another Accrington player is going to go into the books here.
No, he's not. He's left it.
I don't know what that's about, but we'll get rid of that on the screen. Geraint Williams on. Wasn't that the old Colchester manager?
I think someone's trying to tear you a new one.
Right. Ipswich have got a free kick here. This could be the Chambers goal that I put money on. This could be that opportunity. Although it looks like Chambers is going over to take
Chambers wants to take it.
Jesus.
I don't think he's going direct from the right wing either.
Oh, no, he's going into the box now. The ball is going to go in.
Big head, Chambers. Come on, man.
18 quid. 18 quid I win if he scores a header.
Boff. Oh, my goodness.
Cleared by Accrington.
That was going towards him as well.
No Ipswich player within 5 yards of that ball. No Ipswich player at all. Deflection here. Ipswich are playing the ball down the right hand side. That is a blatant foul. Accrington can regroup. 6 minutes to go now, plus injury time for Accrington to try and salvage something from this game. A lot of the games around League One are now approaching injury time. We've got Doncaster still 2 up against Portsmouth. Hull are 2-0 up against Rochdale. Northampton are 2 up against Plymouth. The Oxford-Peterborough game is still 0-0. That big game you said, Adam, is 0-0.
Yeah.
Shrewsbury are 1-0 against Wimbledon. Burton are 1-0 up against Bristol Rovers. And Blackpool and Crewe is 1-1. I'm not sure about the Sunderland game. BF says Chambers has been a great servant and captain, but I'd rather play Matheson over him. Do you agree with that?
Matheson looked really, really good. I don't know. He seems to have been exiled a bit. I don't know what's happened.
Yeah, strange move that. You bring him in as an option to give you pace in the fullback positions, which is what Lambert wanted to play, and then he plays.
I think Lambert brought him in. Lambert brought him in because he fell out of Chambers one week.
Yeah, but he brought him in. He plays well for one game, and then you drop him. Like, what's the deal with that?
That is absolutely woeful.
Ipswich Town in a nutshell, to be honest.
Do you know what, though, James? According to the supporters, I mean, this isn't a phrase that you're familiar with in the Norwich community, but this is apparently what HMS Piss the League looks like. this is the board. This is the boat that you climb aboard if that's the ship that you're sailing.
I'll tell you what. If I see any Ipswich fans calling this a good win, you need to give your head a bloody wobble.
HMS Piss the League has got a lot of holes in the bow at the minute.
Ball comes into the area. Accrington are two men trying to go for the same ball. One of them needs to take control there. Jesus Christ. Oh, I'll tell you what, if number 3 has played that as a pass, that's a hell of a ball over to the right.
He just ran at the ball and let it hit his head and it just bounced out.
Is that Enciala defending again, or was that Kenlock? I think that might have been Kenlock. That was brilliant defending there just to shield the ball out of play. And it's a goal kick for Ipswich. It looks like
game management.
There's going to be another 2 subs by Ipswich here.
Yeah, I can't wait till they get rid of this rule.
Dean Cooper, Enciala has had 2 good games. And he's also put good win this. No, it's not. It's a win. It's not a good win.
Freddie Sears on the beers is coming on.
We're still winning playing crap, but we're winning. BF, what an exceptional win this will be. Oh, dear me. Shocking. Teary me. So Parrots,
to be honest though, but playing crap and winning's a problem.
Drinnan's on.
We're playing against 10 men, a reserve goalkeeper, and we are clinging on. You come against a team with 11 men even, I don't even have to play well. I think we probably would have struggled.
Long ball up.
They're trying to catch us out like this.
Wilson doesn't deal with it, and Accrington have now got the ball out on the left-hand side. They're running at them, but it's good defending by Ipswich, to be fair. And they can counter-attack now. What are they going to do?
Freddie, get them old legs working. He's just been tripped in the middle.
Says winning is everything. Yeah, I suppose the thing is you don't care how you win. The main thing is that you win, but it's not been one bit convincing. I'm not impressed. I have to say that, and I know that's coming from a Norwich fan. Well, of course you're not.
My Christ, that's some ball down the right. That is Edwards.
88 minutes gone. Goal kick for Accrington. It's a good kick and a flick on there, but nobody's going to be dealing with it. And Holy just picks the ball up.
Surprised he didn't have to pick it up twice.
Yeah, definitely. Nick, this would be a long trip for fans midweek if they could go. Yeah, definitely. Dean Cooper, this will finish 2-2.
Be peak Ipswich if it does.
I don't know. I don't know if it will, because as much as Ipswich are not entirely convincing, I haven't seen a huge amount from Accrington this half to suggest.
There's your mistake from Toto.
That there's going to be an opportunity for them. They need to step up, whatever they're doing, because I said at the moment it's not been good enough from Accrington in this. Well, they've hung on in there. They're playing some nice stuff, but when it gets to the final third, there's not really been a massive amount of opportunities. Ball goes out for another throw in to Accrington. We are approaching the final minute of the game. We'll then have added on time. And it looks like it's going to be a long throw in into the box. The guy offers a short option and he ignores it. Here it comes. Long throw in. Do they get a flick on? It comes to the edge of the area. That's an awful shot. Absolutely god-awful shot. It's probably gone over the stand, to be fair. And Holy's in no
I'm just looking up now. I think I'm going to catch that ball on its way down.
Dean says, answer your father. Yes, I'm watching the game, Dean. Will I take a draw tomorrow? No. No, I want to win. I want to win. Simple as.
Got to hope for some magic from Timmy Puku.
Puku. No, I want to win tomorrow. I'm not going in with that kind of I will settle for a point attitude. We're playing well at the moment. We're winning games of football. Buendia and Pookie have got the partnership back up and running. Strike while the iron's hot, as far as I'm concerned. I think we need to take the game to Brentford. But from a neutral's perspective, it's going to be a bloody brilliant game. Regardless, I think it's going to be one of the best games of Championship football you're likely to see.
Don't put Shem's comment on the screen until the 95th minute. Otherwise, he will curse it.
I'm going to do it. When was the last time Town won 3 in a row? I'm sure there's somebody that will answer that question. Jordan, will be a tight game, but got to be 3 points. I would take a 1-0 win. Yeah, I'll take a win any day. Let Maths debate. Hello. Love it. What a great name. What a great name. Hello.
Good to have you on board.
Appreciate that. Got a new subscriber. Appreciate that. We do watch alongs on the channel. Our main thing is talking about non-league football, but if I'm glad you subscribed to the channel. Really does mean the world.
I can't wait to get you involved in the boxing, James.
Sorry?
I can't wait to get you involved in boxing.
Oh God, no! I can't stand boxing.
Well, I can't stand Norwich.
There's a difference between hating a team and hating a sport.
No, there isn't.
There is. No Cantwell. Yeah, he's a big loss, but I think we'll be all right without him. You've just jinxed it to end up 0-0. Yeah, probably. Probably the massive big hype I've given it.
It's always the way.
Timmy Puku says. Brilliant. Right. 2 minutes and 20 seconds gone into 5 minutes of added on time. And again, it's Accrington who are the ones that are on the ascendancy here.
They're trying to get the ball moving. The Town don't even seem to know where the ball is.
Up. Enciala deals with it. Headed back in. Enciala just clears it just about, but Accrington sweep up the ball again. It's out to the left-hand side. Ball into the box, but it's just not a good ball. And Ipswich are easily able to clear from it. But again, Accrington win the ball back superbly well. And Sears gets...
Sears showed a good bit of strength there.
Yeah, out for a throw-in. Shem, brilliant tonight, gents. My lads have enjoyed it. Oh, cheers, Shem. Really appreciate that. We enjoy doing these watch-alongs, and we plan on doing a lot more in the near future. We'll be covering all games from Norwich, Ipswich. We've got Colchester coming up next week. We plan on doing quite a few of them. We talk about all of these teams on the Super Six. It'd be nice to just talk, to find out a little bit more about how each team plays. But Ipswich have got, oh Jesus Christ, goalkeeper he's
carried that out, hasn't he? No, he's
just about keep that in play. Jesus Christ.
The fact that we haven't even had a shot at it in this second half is
shocking, isn't it?
Well,
Jesus, Ipswich have made a meal out of this game, says Peter. Could not agree more. Like I said, I've not been impressed one iota. Not been impressed at all. Yes, they get the win, and I suppose that is the most important thing. But moving forward, they're going to have to play a downside better than this to get anything from their remaining games. Because you have to remember, they're playing against a team that went down to 10 men in the 15th minute, had their goalkeeper gone off injured. 2 of Ipswich's goals have come from set pieces as a result of a young sub-goalkeeper coming into play.
And people are still arguing that they think that this is an automatic promotion team. Get real.
It's not been great. It really, really hasn't. Dean Cooper, thanks for tonight. Brilliant as usual, and so glad on the new subscriber. Let's masturbate. Yes, so am I. What a brilliant win for Ipswich Soccer Club, says BF. Right, final
Ipswich
look.
Soccer Power.
Final play of the game here.
Oh,
Ipswich are now breaking away. Can they make this 3-1?
Hit it.
Oh, he goes around the goalkeeper. Ball comes across.
Oh, my days. Just hit it.
And that looks to be that. There it is, full time. Ipswich win by 2-1. It was not convincing. But from an Ipswich perspective, they do not give two shits. They have won. It's another 3 points in the bag for them. And if we have a look at the updated league table, let's see if I can bring it up on the screen here for you guys. In fact, actually, let's go through some of the full-time scores at the moment. So the situation let me just bring up on the screen here. That'll be a lot easier to go through it. So full-time scores. Obviously, Gillingham 3, MK Dons 2 from earlier on. Charlton beat Wigan by 1-0. Ipswich getting their 2-1 victory, as we've just seen. Blackpool versus Crewe is in the 6th minute of injury time, and that is 1-1. Burton beat Bristol Rovers 1-0. Doncaster beat Portsmouth 2-1. Hull beat Rochdale 2-0. Lincoln 1, Fleetwood 2. Northampton 2-0 against Plymouth. Oxford 0-0 against Peterborough. Shrewsbury 1-1 against Wimbledon. And Sunderland winning by 1-0 against Swindon. So as a result, this is the current league table. Ipswich are now... Is that right? Is this league table right?
Yeah, I don't really pay much attention to this nonsense, to be honest. We're just stuck, but that looks like we're higher than we have been for a while.
Let's have a look. Because if you click on the games, it shows you the current league table. Yeah, that is right. So this is the current league table. So Ipswich are now 2 points outside of the playoffs still. Obviously,
anyone feeling dizzy?
With Doncaster's win. As well, then that's 2 points now outside of it. Dean says, how are you feeling now, Adam?
Yeah, I am better. All of that jab nonsense is gone, and I got on well to that hospital, so all is good.
Good man. So yeah, Peterborough are top of the table with 2 games in hand. Over Hull. Lincoln drop out of the top 2 into 3rd place with their defeat. Sunderland leapfrog Portsmouth into 4th place. Doncaster, as I said, solidify their place in the playoffs. But now Ipswich are on 30 games played. They now move ahead of Accrington Stanley into 7th place.
This league is full of good teams that have turned shit and shit teams that have turned okay. And it's all a big mixing bowl of turd just to see who goes up.
How are you? How do you reflect on that game, Adam?
Be interested to know how Paul Cook reflects on that game. Whatever they didn't come out and go for it second half, I don't know, but they just didn't put enough passes together and they weren't incisive enough. That they just made it such hard work. They won. Like let's not ignore that. They won.
Yeah,
like that's the main part of the job done. And whilst we didn't create anything whatsoever until the final kick of the ball on goal, which still annoys me because he apparently had 3 men to pass to in the middle that was out of shot on the iFollow.
Yeah,
like they flooded forward and he just tried to take it on. I just would have liked to have seen some more goals, and I think that would have made the fans buoyant and would have given us a bit more to shout about.
Yeah,
but 3 points is 3 points up to 7th.
Yeah.
Wow. Bring on Saturday.
Yeah. Who have Ipswich now got on Saturday? In fact,
Lincoln.
Lincoln. Let's have a look at Ipswich fixtures here. Gillingham.
I'm talking crap.
Gillingham, and then you've got Lincoln midweek.
Oh, that's why. I knew Lincoln was coming up. Gillingham.
So you've got Gillingham, Lincoln, Plymouth, Fleetwood, Portsmouth, and Wigan. So there's some tough games in there. Away at Gillingham's not an easy game. Lincoln depends on which Lincoln turn up. It depends on what you're going to get from that one. Plymouth are a decent team on their day, as are Fleetwood. Portsmouth will be the tough game, although Portsmouth's home form has been...
Fleetwood have proven tonight that they can cause problems.
Yeah.
That's where our issues lie, is that we'll look at teams and think, yeah, we can beat all of them on our day. But the problem is on their day, they can beat us as well. And
yeah,
I need to see. We have put 3 wins in a row together now, which must be great for the boys. Like confidence-wise, they must be riding a wave. But yeah, I'm not sure. So this comment worries me. Like what Peter's put in, I think a team playing direct against Ipswich will kill us because we do not look good when balls are put on our heads. And Holy's little double catch mantra, he either punches stuff away or doesn't look stable with the ball in the air, despite him being 15'4".
Although I will stick up for him here, that save in the second half that he managed.
Yeah, that was decent. That was decent.
That was a great save, to be fair. So for all of his indecisiveness coming to collect the ball, he made a very good save there, and he ultimately saved you guys 2 points because realistically, going on in that second half, there wasn't anything from Ipswich from an attacking perspective that you could kind of hang your hat on and go, yeah, we deserve to win in that second half because
that goalkeeper will think he's had the biggest let off of his career. Because after them 10 minutes that he had first half, I bet he thought he was in for an absolute pasting.
BF, well worth your tenner. Not sure about that. not sure about that. But it was really good. It was really insightful tonight because I've heard a lot about Ipswich. Naturally, we talk about them quite a lot, but to actually sit down and watch a full 90 minutes of action for them was quite interesting tonight. Paul Cook's got his work cut out for him. He really has. You can see there's a nucleus of a decent team here, and it only requires a few changes here and there to potentially get something going. But I think realistically, you're probably going to see the likes of Nolan, Jackson come in. Edwards will probably come back into the first team under Cook as well. You might see Matheson start coming back in, get a bit of flair and dynamism and sort of pace around the team as well. And I think Ipswich could be the makings of a decent League One team in there.
I feel like Parrott's running the team is about to be cut short. I think you're going to get that Jackson-Norwood partnership with Parrott coming off the bench because he doesn't look like he's got a goal in him, unfortunately.
No,
he doesn't look like a bad player, but he's just more of a support player.
Yeah, I have to admit, I didn't see much from him tonight that I was overly impressed with.
Nah.
Wasn't anything spectacular. Like he didn't have a bad game, but it wasn't that great.
Yeah.
But there we go. Peter Bailey's put on here, we bypassed the midfield. Just look at MK Don's possession tonight, 73%, and we had 4 more shots than them. What was the score in the Gillingham game?
But aren't MK Dons among the top in? I think MK Dons are top in the league for possession.
They are,
and for penalty box entries.
Yeah,
I'm starting to get a bit geeky with my stats now. But if you look at stats for MK Dons, that they're not the best ones to measure it against.
But with Gillingham's win, they're now up to 14th in the table, and they're 8 points outside the playoffs. It's not entirely out of the realms of possibility. On there, BF says stick with him. I'm guessing he's talking about Troy Parrott on that one.
Yeah.
On there, yeah, It could potentially be something quite decent. As I said, I think for a lot of players under Paul Cook now, it's an opportunity for a lot of players to kind of reset, learn a new system, and play a different style of football.
But Paul Cook likes to play a 4-2-3-1, which is what Ipswich have been playing under Lambert.
Right.
So he likes to play a very similar style to Lambert.
Yeah.
And his second route has been a more direct one. So his plan B is a direct system. So, which was McCarthy. It's absolutely hilarious, really. It's just, can someone different get something else out of the boys? You got the Man City game on now, James?
No, I have to admit I'm not watching that.
I've just flicked over to Man City. If you go in the EPL folder, it's in there.
Okay. Should we create a separate live stream and watch the second half of a Man City game?
I'm sat here. Just you may as well just keep it.
We won't. We'll cut it short because I've got quite a few things that we need to try and sort out for the channel now. That I hopefully can do.
De Bruyne.
They're awful to watch, MK Dons. Pass it along the back line. High press deals with City wannabes. There you go. Guys, we're going to wrap it up there for tonight's live stream. We thank everyone who has joined in tonight. As I said, we will be doing more of these in the future. But thank you to everyone who's got involved in the comment section tonight. It's kind of kept the show going, which has been absolutely brilliant. So thank you ever so much. If you've enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. It really helps with the algorithm. Subscribe to the channel if you want to watch more watch-alongs. We post throughout the weeks whenever we're going to be doing watch-alongs, so you can set yourself reminders, etc. And yeah, we will see you next time. Once again, next week will be Colchester for their game. I can't remember who they were playing now, but it doesn't matter. We'll be here for the Colchester game next week. But until next time, as always on the channel, adios.